Hi, my name is Robin Barefield, and I'm an Alaska wilderness mystery author. Welcome to my home in the middle of the Kodiak National Wildlife Refuge on Kodiak Island in Alaska. My husband and I own a small lodge 60 air miles from the town of Kodiak. There are no roads to this part of the island, so we must travel by boat or float plane. In the winter, we get our mail and groceries once a week on our mail plane. My husband was born and raised in the Kodiak wilderness, and I have lived here 35 years. I believe the adage, write what you know. I know the Kodiak wilderness well, and this rugged setting makes the perfect backdrop for my mystery novels. 3,500 huge brown bears roam this island. In the fall and winter, huge storms spawning dangerous sea conditions pummel us. The mountains might look beautiful, but the terrain is treacherous. Throw a murder into this mix, and I have the perfect recipe for an exciting mystery in a beautiful but dangerous environment. In Murder over Kodiak, a float plane mysteriously explodes over Kodiak Island, killing the pilot and his 5 passengers. In The Fisherman's Daughter, a serial killer stalks the residents of the island, and authorities rush to catch him before more women die. And in my most recent novel, Karlic Bones, 2 young men set out for a hunting trip on Kodiak, expecting the adventure of a lifetime. But instead, they find themselves in the middle of a terrifying nightmare. In addition to my novels, I write a free monthly newsletter on true murder and mystery in Alaska. I also produce a podcast called Murder and Mystery in the Last Frontier. Alaska is a land of mystery, danger, stunning beauty, and valuable resources. Over the decades, fortune seekers, usually young men, have been drawn to Alaska in search of gold, oil, fish, and crab. These men have little to lose and big dreams of getting rich. Throughout Alaska's history, a wave of crime has followed each economic boom, and in my newsletter and podcast, I profile these crime stories while I share a little about the rich cultural history and geography of this complex state I call home. Since authorities began keeping records in 1988, 60,700 people have been reported missing in Alaska. That's 5 people reported missing every year per 1,000 residents. Each year, an average of 2,250 people disappear in Alaska, twice the national average. Alaska is a place of extremes. The state is defined by bitterly cold temperatures, raging rivers, harsh storms, treacherous mountains, and wild predators at the top of the food chain. People who have lived a lifetime in the wilderness respect the dangers and know not to take them lightly. Still, sometimes even those knowledgeable about the wilderness and its perils disappear. I invite you to visit my website, sign up for my newsletter, check out my podcast, and maybe even open one of my novels and take a trip to beautiful, mysterious, deadly Kodiak Island.